everybody, Bryan here from the GuitarFactoryOC.com, and today we're going to be looking at the Iron Maiden song, The Trooper. The Trooper, really fun Iron Maiden song to play. It's got a lot of great guitar techniques in there. There's a technique we're going to really focus on called a trill. So you don't know how to do that, you're going to get a lot of practice on that in this particular song. Another fun fact, when I was 15, I went to an Iron Maiden concert, and it was so loud that after I left, I had a constant ringing in my ear. And still to this day, on those quiet nights, yep, I can still hear it in there, but well worth it. Let's jump into it, The Trooper. All right, there are only 5 parts to this song, so we're gonna go over each of those 5 parts. The beginning is that introduction lick that sounds like this. Okay, breaking that down, what we're gonna do is we're gonna be on the A string, 7th fret, and I use my ring finger for this, and we're gonna do a 7, 7. Okay, and once you get those 2 7s on there, we're gonna do a pull off to the 5 on the A string there. So 7, 7, pull off to 5. When we complete that, we're gonna drop down to the low E 7th fret. So you have 7, 7, pull off to 5, to 7 on the low E. Now, that exact movement occurs a whole step down on 5 to 3 on the A string. So you're gonna copy what your fingers are doing, just a drop down step. 5, 5, 5, pull off to 3 to the low E5. So you have, same thing here. Okay. The last one is on the 3rd fret, going to the 2nd fret this time. Same movement with 2 picks to the 3rd fret. Do a pull off to 2. Okay, and then we're going to use the low E 3rd fret to land on that one. So you have 3 motions. 7, 7, 7, pull off to 5, low E7. 5, 5, pull off to 3, to low E5. 3, 3, pull off to 2, and a low E3. Okay, now the tail of this riff is these notes, which you want to get used to because they're going to come back a lot in the song. And it's 5 on the A string, 5 on the D string, 5 on the A string again, and then to 7 on the A string. So your tail ending. Now what's cool about that is it totally sets you up to repeat it, because they are going to repeat that lick a lot in the beginning. So when you do it with your pointer finger, you're going to be able to land back on that ring finger to restart your lick. So use those fingers to really make sure you can get a nice repetition on that particular section there. So that is part 1. Okay, for section 2 is where we're going to be doing this technique that's called a trill. And what a trill is you're going to flutter your pointer finger and middle finger on the 7 and 8th frets on the B string just as fast as you possibly can. So it's 1 pick, and we're constantly pulling off and then rehammering down to get that. That is the sound of a trill. And on sheet music or tablature, they will not write how many times you do it. They'll just tell you for how many beats you want to do it. So it's really up to you on how fast you can get that trill to go. So it's a constant hammer on pull off in one area. So that's what they do in this section, part 2, is they will do this. Okay, it's that little trill in the middle. So let's break this section down, part 2. You're gonna be on the B string, 8th fret first. Pick it, then do the trill from 7 to 8. You'll probably only get about 2 to 3 of those little quick hammer-on pull-offs in there. Once you complete the trill, the high E7. So far you have. Okay, then come back to the 8th fret B string, and then do the trill again, same spot, 7 and 8. Okay, so you have 8, trill, high E7, 8, trill. Okay, and then we're gonna come back to 8, and then there's 2 9s on the G string, 9th fret there. So, okay, now we're going to have a tail to this lick, and it's actually the same notes we did earlier, just in a different location. It goes 7 on the G, 8 on the B, 7 on the G again, and then 9 on the G, okay? It's the same as these notes. D, G, D, 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 G, D, D, just a higher octave of that. So this is part 2. Fast. All right, section number 3 of the Trooper is the verse where the singing comes in. So what we're gonna do is those same notes that we kept using as a tail on those licks, that D, G, D, E, they're gonna do those with power chords. So we're gonna still do the 5th fret of the A string, it's the D power chord, and then the 7th fret of the D. So that's your first chord. The power chord on the D string 5th fret, back to that A string 5th fret power chord, and then up to 7 on the A string. So those are your tail licks. It's the same as this, but with power chord shapes. So he does that, and the singing begins at that point. Okay, so he does it again. I can't get that Bruce Dickinson high voice. But after 2 times of doing that, he's gonna do a little variation of it. Same first 2 notes, back to the 5, and then drop down to the 3rd fret. Okay, that's C power chord. And then back to the E power chord of that 7th fret there. So when those breaks are happening in the beginning, it's those same notes that we did earlier. 2, 2, 2, 2. Okay, and then down to C. And then back up. Big drum fill comes in, and then from this part is gonna be the galloping verses. Hey guys, if you're liking my video, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Also click like on the video. I've been loving seeing a lot of the comments come through on other videos as well. It's cool being able to talk to you guys back and forth, answer questions, do requests, and things like that. So once again, hit subscribe, like, and let's get back to the video. Okay, for these galloping verses, we're gonna do the same motion, but instead of just holding it there or breaking for him to sing, we're gonna start to gallop. And if you don't know what the gallop picking pattern is, it's just gonna be a down, down, up on the power chord, or just the root note of the E here. So that's just the root note, or if you can get the gallop on the chord, that's even better. And that pattern is really important to go down, down, up. That will get that great galloping tone. And they also get a nice palm mute on there to get that real metal sound on there. How many gallops are you do? You're gonna wanna do 4 gallops. And then you're gonna do just 1 hit of it to then return. So here's how this sounds. You're gonna do the turnaround notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that is the verse section of the Trooper. All right, getting to the big chorus. Chorus is a part where they're gonna be holding a D power chord while they do the big vocal walk down there, where they do the D power chord and just hold it. And once they complete that, it's an 8-note hold, 8-beat hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You're gonna be doing a gallop again on the low E. Okay, and that will bring you back around to that verse lick after that. So that is your chorus of the Trooper, part 4. Let's head over to part 5. We're gonna do the solo section, but we're gonna use the rhythm guitar part. The solo will be a whole different lesson that we can go over, but in this particular lesson, we're gonna do what the rhythm guitar is playing, so that when you play along to the song or jam to the band, you can actually still keep up during that solo playing the chords that go underneath it. So here is what the Trooper plays underneath the solo. It's a pretty cool little chord progression. And you're gonna hold each chord of these for 4 beats until I tell you the ones that are for 2 beats. So this is an E power chord, 4 beats, the D power chord, the B power chord, and then 2 beats of the C, and 2 beats of the D. So it's 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 2. And that's gonna be the whole solo section until they switch keys. Okay, when they switch keys, the other guitar player switches and does his solo. Okay, and the A power chord is going to be where they're going to go to, okay, for this key change, down to G, and then E, Okay, and that will bring you back around into there. So that is your solo rhythm guitar section, so you can play along with the song all the way. And there's your 5 sections of the Trooper. Hey everyone, I did something really cool. I created the 30-day guitar challenge. It is a challenge that just takes a little bit of time every day for 30 days. And if you go through it day by day and follow the techniques and little drills and things I put out there for you, you will see a great improvement in your overall guitar playing. I promise you that. I put all my favorite licks, all my favorite drills, exercises, even some fretboard mastery stuff. A little bit every day will get you a long way. So head over to theguitarfactoryoc.com/30day, and the link is also in the comments.